Hello guys, and welcome back to Joe's Ventures. And today we'll be doing another episode of our Dev Diary. So we've got another month, another Dev Diaries. Though we missed July because there wasn't enough stuff on the front end for cool stuff to look at, but we've made up for this. So this is a nice big one in September. So this is for August 2024. Ooh, and that dropped some stuff off my desk. That's okay though. Well, anyway, we'll carry on. So, welcome to the August Development Diary. So, in this post, we're going over the upcoming improvements coming to Update 12 and taking a look at the latest developments along the way. So, you can see here's a cheeky look at what's to come. State of development. So, since the last Dev Diary, we've been working hard to address a number of sore spots reported by new players and to improve what was introduced in Update 11. To start, camera controls for panning and rotation will be updated to better support laptop users with new optional keybinds, including a toggle that switches the Q to E keys to raising and lowering the camera to rotating left and right instead. So it helps with people that are using laptops. In terms of onboarding, we have almost completed a unified objective system that allow you to finish implementing tutorials, notifications, and park issues shown in our previous diary. So just finishing up the system, kind of showing you how to create your animals and things. We've had notification and park issues running internally for a little while now, which means most of the remaining focus is going to be on going to tutorials to make them intuitive. For example, if you're playing through a tutorial, there'll be some fancy new highlights that direct you to the UI, so that's what you'll see when you notice it. Oh, the UI, da-da-da-da. And then also, excitingly, this objective system has been built with scenario missions or quests in mind. The idea of integrating more characters as occasional quests gives us something that the teams want to do for a while, so it's nice to have some of that infrastructure in place, so when we want to do things like that, I'll dismiss that. Anyway, so we'll be looking forward to looking at more into this into the future. So we've got Update 12. So we've got a species spotlight, so this is our big species, we're finally getting a bit of a spotlight. So our Titanic duo, Apatosaurus and Brontosaurus, are here making their cinematic debut with 2 species spotlights. As always, there's returning with narration by a trusty park supervisor, Nigel. So we'll have a look at first the Apatosaurus and then the Brontosaurus. So we'll be starting off with Apatosaurus today.
The name Apatosaurus means deceptive lizard, and I can't think of a more fitting moniker for a dinosaur with such a complicated history. For the longest time, nobody knew what the head of Apatosaurus looked like. Paleontologists debated over whether it should look more like a Diplodocus or a Camarasaurus, until its real skull was confirmed in 1978. Now that's turning heads.
So now that's a real pretty one. How can you not love Apatosaurus? Such a beautiful animal. So that's the Apatosaurus. You can see the difference there. So until recently, it was about 2015, Apatosaurus was considered the same thing as Brontosaurus. And since a Brontosaurus is more famous, but Apatosaurus was named first, and in terms of nomenclature, if you name your animal first, it's a name that always stays, so it was lumped. So Apatosaurus won out because it was named earlier than Brontosaurus, even though it's more famous. So at that point, so until 2015, they were considered the same thing until we got Apatosaurus and Brontosaurus. You can see the difference here. The Apatosaurus is a little bit different. You can see a lot smoother. I think a little bit maybe. I think the species as well a little bit bigger as well in the Apatosaurus. So yeah, quite cool. So that's Apatosaurus, and have a look at the close relative Brontosaurus. Let's have a look at the wonderful Brontosaurus.
That sound you're hearing isn't thunder. It's the earth-shaking stomp of a Brontosaurus. These dinosaurs have been shaking the big screen for over 100 years, starting with one of the first ever animated films, Gertie the Dinosaur. Gertie was never the best behaved dinosaur, so hopefully we won't have as much trouble trying to keep this Brontosaurus in line.
So that's I love that little cover as well, and it's just a really, really nice, color to it. I love the Brontosaurus color with the more spikes as well. Also, there's little highlights of orange in the male pattern, I believe. That was really, really nice. They just knock it out of the park pretty much every time with their animals, and they're only just improving, and it's really awesome. I just can't get enough of Prehistoric Kingdom. They do it the best. I love it. I just love their renditions. Pretty much every animal they've done has been a banger, especially since they first started. You know, it's a lot of love here. But yeah, really, really awesome to see Brontosaurus. Deserves a little bit of love. So anyway, we've got a new species. So the Ankh the Tank. We've got the Walking Tank, Ankylosaurus, will be wandering its way into Prehistoric Kingdom in Update 12. This armored dinosaur features a rows of large protective osteoderms and a club tail perfect for battering the shins of deserving predators everywhere. So things like, Tyrannosaurus. Alongside its much older relative, Scelidosaurus will be the second Thyreophorus to appear in Prehistoric Kingdom. So you can see the colours here. It's Ankylosaurus. Typical kind of colours and, typical look. We have a pretty good idea of what Ankylosaurus look like now. I love it. It just looks so great. Nice to see those nice textures as well. And there's one of it in game. I love that green on it. I know I love Saurian's colours. I like the red on it. It really gives it a nice, interesting display. Like, don't mess with me. But there's obviously going to be some really awesome colours coming with it. Prehistoric Kingdom always knocks it out of the park with those colours. So new species, Ankylosaurus. So guest visibility changes. So what's a zoo if the visitors can't see properly? Update 12 will be bringing a variety of back-end improvements to guest visibility that better supports extremely large and small exhibits. So visitors will also show more realistic crowding behaviors as they try to congregate closer to where visible animals are. So that's another quite cool one. You can see they're kind of crowding around there. This does mean that since guests can see the animals from further away, some visitors will take advantage of elevated terrain or view from a distance, rather than always standing directly next to viewing areas. So foliage, fences, scenery, and buildings can also be used to block guest sightlines and create a more curated experience, just like in a real zoo. And that's true. You'll be surprised how often we try to make things look nice and appealing to visitors. And then there's another nice little path there. Staff improvements. With Update 12 releases, there'll be changes made to alleviate some of the efficiency woes experienced by players. Staffs will not only carry more resources, but also queue up multiple tasks at a time. This means keepers will be able to refill multiple feeders for a single trip, picking the shortest path between destinations. If possible, so you can see that there. Now they know how to do multiple things. So the future Scarf skills, training, and wages. In the next few updates, we'll be implementing new management and gameplay mechanics for staff. Here's an overview of what it looks like once full developed. So inside the staff management menu, players will eventually have the option to set a maximum skill level their employees can train up to. So by training at the staff center in their spare time, a worker can increase their skill level, unlocking perks that boost their efficiency. Depending on their role, these perks may come in the form of buffs, such as reducing the time it takes to gather resources. Each job type has a preset perks depending on the worker's skill level, so it's not RNG. So you basically be able to, everyone tries to upskill in their job. Like, keepers will probably get better at handling or do some certain things that are due to animals. Labourers may do some other courses, maybe use a forklift, just as example. I'm trying to put it in real world context, but often, industries have their own sort of training to get people more efficient in things, which is quite cool. So that's concept art for that. And as employees increase their skill, they'll bump up into higher wage bracket. So the salary tab can be used to adjust the minimum and maximum pay for staff across the park. Increasing pay will improve staff welfare and might make workers more willing to put up with poor conditions, while reducing it can lead to people quitting. So you got to make that balance there. So if you've got a crap zoo but they're making a lot of money and you're paying them good, they might stay. But if you've got, it's just like real life. It's always that balancing act. And side note, we'll be aiming similar salary-like controls in the finances menu, eventually leading players to set the entry ticket or amenities prices park-wide. We also considered scaling down the economy for readability and balances purpose. So when I'm making 10,000 as worth, 100,000 is worth as much as $1 million in the current game. So that's pretty cool. And we always love little babies. So babies, we've got ontogeny. Yes, we're still working on them. Between creating and implementing all the new species that arrives this year, we've been also working on assets for ontogeny where we can. We are currently making our way through painting a lot of baby skins, creating blend shapes for all the growth stages, and prototyping animations. So we're working on it, but it'll take some time to do properly, as it not only touch every animal, but all the animal-related systems, both in terms of gameplay and the technical side, so IK, animal, AI, locomotions, things like that. For this month, however, please enjoy a look at our baby Apatosaurus blend shapes. They're using a temporary baby skin and normal map, but the final design should not be too far off. So look at these little cuties. Oh, another little Brontosaurus. How cute are they? And there's Mama Apato having a good look. How cute are they? That's a baby Apatosaurus. We've also got a cool one here, animal awareness. So to cap off our dev diary, we have a tiny bit of animal AI news. So throughout August, we've been working at the animal awareness systems, and when it's finished, this will let animals effectively see and hear their surroundings, recognizing and prioritizing entities based on size, loudness, etc. So think of it as a gateway to a more requested behaviors like fleeing or conversing between animals. So they'll be able to kind of just be a bit more smart, be able to respond to different things. If there's like the pitter-patter of a small velociraptor, they're not going to worry as much if they're like a rhinoceros, as we see here. But if it's a big thing like a T-Rex or a Acrocanthosaurus, something like that, then they'll be a bit like, okay, we better react, those kind of things. So that's quite cool, and this is a lot of exciting stuff. And then next up, so here is a community spotlight. So there's a really nice little shop there done by Sewer. Ooh, this is a nice Spinosaurus one done by Major Jugger. So that's really, really awesome. Love that. And last but not least, we've got Dryosaurus little enclosure. So you can see that in there, little fence there. Looks really awesome by Domestico. And really awesome. So that's the dev diary for August. So thank you for reading the dev diary for August. Until next time, the PK team. So really, really awesome. Love seeing some new animals. Love the convert Ankylosaurus, which is a really, really cool animal. Got some new spotlights and some nice things for development, which is always awesome. So yeah, I think this is a good place to finish up this one. So I really, really, really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Hope you guys like and subscribe. Always remember to hit the little bell icon to get notified loading thing. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys like and subscribe, and bye-bye.